This is the Marvel Legends series, X-Men Psylocke, the purple variant. And if you're wondering what the big difference is, it's mainly the color. Here is the original, the first release, which is the regular release. This is blue, and this one is obviously like purplish blue metallic suit with the purple hair. We'll take them out of packaging and show you the differences. I picked up this particular variant not on retail. I went to a local toy convention here in Manila, the CollectCon 2018 at SM Mega Mall, and one of the dealers was selling his last piece. He took out a BAF piece of Apocalypse and sold that Apocalypse, but he was selling it for $60. I know, right? I mean, it was so ridiculously high. I mean, in the US, this thing is going for like $30 to $50, but he gave me $2 off because I was a nice guy, and I've been buying a lot of stuff from him in the past few months. And yeah, $58, not so bad. I mean, considering that I didn't have to go to the US and have it ordered. So, the accessories are exactly the same. I checked them. They're exactly the same color, same mold, and whatever. And the main difference really is the paint apps, which we'll get to right now. And here are both Psylocke figures out of packaging. As you can see, that's just it. It's just color. The first release was just a very flat blue, and the variant is done in a very metallic, not very metallic, but a slightly metallic type of purplish blue hue. And this was how Jim Lee drew her for the first time. Not metallic, but it was like spandex or latex type of material, fabric, when we first see her in Genosha, Extinction Agenda. It was something like this. It was akin to this. It was shiny latex type of material. This is more of like a swimsuit speedo type of material. And when Jim Lee drew her, she wasn't done in this type of dark blue purplish hue, and then later on artists would have more liberalities, or be more liberal with the colors, and they would give her a lighter shade of blue. Even Jim Lee had made her, drawn her specific with a lighter shade of blue when the X-Men reorganized themselves into the gold team and blue team and whatnot. And in the cartoons, this is how she would look like. And so I guess this came first, and then here. And if you notice the hair, she did have that purplish hue when she was first drawn by Jim Lee, instead of just all black. But this one is, I think, too light of a purple, if you ask me. I think it is, let me see if I can show you, but it's a little bit too light. It should be, well, she did have purple hair as Betsy Braddock, Psylocke, before she became a hand assassin, but it was black with purple highlights. It was something more like that, instead of an all purplish hue. The eyes, strangely enough, oh, sorry, I was about to say that this one was more blue than this one, but on closer inspection, they both have the same color, blue. The lipstick, exactly the same. I don't think they changed it. This purple, this pink lipstick right here looks a lot more lighter in color than this one, and I think that's because of the illusion of the black hair and the purple hair, maybe. Glossy flesh plastic, blue eyes, same sculpt, they didn't change anything. The sash looks to be exactly the same, although this one looks a little darker, but it's probably just the quality issue mixing with the paint for the plastic and all that, but it looks to be the same. So again, just the paint changed. Oh, and the straps here, it's a thicker strap line. This one's thinner. The same with this one. This one's thicker, this one's thinner. Boots looks to be the same. Okay. The rear end of her swimsuit or her uniform, still the same issues I had with this one. I think it's too wide, should be tapering a little bit down to her gluteus. But other than that, it's looking very, very nice. All right, and just before we say our final thoughts, given my luck with these Marvel Legends figures, let's just do one quick rundown on the articulation, just to check the joints, see if I have any frozen joints here and there, because you've been watching my videos, you know my luck with these things. So every joint seems to be okay. My wife did comment on her hip joint and saying, what happened? I mean, why are her legs like that? Why are her hips like that? And I was like, well, the joint is right here, but her uniform, the cutover uniform stretches all the way up to her waist, so there's no other way to do it. That's just how it's done. And I was like, it's fine, it's acceptable. Okay, thigh. Okay, ball hinge ankles. All right, looking good. I got lucky with this one. The paint apps are acceptable. There are some few issues here and there, but very mild, very minor. Nothing to go bonkers about. So final thoughts. Should you buy the variant or the regular one? If you just need one Psylocke, I mean, this one is pretty easy to find, and it's the more common one, then I suppose you can live with just one Psylocke figure. If you're a big Psylocke fan, definitely, you have to get both of them. I'm a big Psylocke fan. She is one of my favorite X-Men, together with Wolverine, Archangel, Cyclops. She is the one of those Marvel Legends figures that I had to pick up, even when she was back in Toy Biz. Big Psylocke fan, definitely get both figures. But if you already have this one, should you go out and hunt this one? If you can find it on retail, yes, pick it up for $20, $25. Sure, at most $30, because here in Manila, the Legends cost $28, $30. Should you pay more than that? If you absolutely must have her, sure. But I think $60 should be the ceiling. Like I said, if you're the casual fan, if you get either just one, then it's fine. But to me, I think this is a sneaky way of Hasbro trying to give us two versions of a figure without officially saying it is a variant. I really don't appreciate that, the variants, because it's prone to scalping and hoarding and all that. But what can you do, right? This is their way of releasing two different versions of the figures in one wave, and I'm just glad they did it, and I'm glad that the variant wasn't in such short supply, unlike the old Toy Biz variants and all that. And yeah, both figures are excellent. My bias to them will give them the grade of both 10 out of 10. As you've seen my review of Psylocke. Just really happy to see it, but I would caution against spending too much for it, because there are ways to get it for much cheaper. Expect to pay more than retail price, but don't pay more than, you know, an arm and a leg for it. I mean, $60 is tops. So there you go, folks. Hope you've enjoyed this little video review. This has been the Marvel Legends X-Men, the variant purple hair and purple uniform Psylocke. Thanks for watching.